What happened to cast of the young ones? From Star Wars roles to anti-Semitism row and tragic sudden death. The Young Ones is widely held up as an icon of British culture. In 2004, it was voted number 31 in the BBC's Best Sitcom poll. It launched the careers of Nigel Planer, Rick Mayall, Adrienne Edmonson, and Christopher Ryan and saw them transform into unforgettable characters, Rick, Vivian, Mike, and Neil, despite only 12 episodes being made between 1982 and 1984. It left a mark on TV comedies that live on today. Here is what happened to the cast once the Young Ones had forever changed the comedy landscape on television. Rick Mayall. Born the 7th of March 1958, Rick Mayall was probably the best known of the cast after his portrayal of student poet Rick in the BBC comedy. He was also one of the co-writers of the show with Ben Elton and Lisa Meyer. He has a stellar career in which he played notable comic characters in Blackadder and The New Statesman, as well as teaming up with some of the Young Ones cast for Filthy Rich and Catflap. Rick enjoyed a long-standing slapstick comedy partnership with Adrienne Edmonson, which took them from comedy clubs to the Young Ones and onto the beloved sitcom. Bottom. On June 9, 2014, Rick died suddenly and unexpectedly at his home from a heart attack after he had been out jogging. He was aged 56 at the time. Rick was survived by makeup artist Barbara Robin and their 3 children: Rosie, Sydney and Bonnie, Vivian, Ade Edmondson. Born the 24th of January 1957, Adrienne Edmonson has made a career at playing slightly archaic characters with slapstick and physical comedy. From punk anarchist Vivian in The Young Ones to Eddie in Bottom, Ade know his way around a prop chair to smash over someone's head. His acting career took him to Hollywood, where he starred as Captain Peavy in Star Wars: The Last Jedi in 2017. The 68-year-old comedian also had a musical career with his folk punk band, The Bad Shepherds, before going on to be crowned the winner of Celebrity MasterChef in 2013. Adrienne has been married to absolutely fabulous star Jennifer Saunders since 1985 and they have 3 kids together. It hasn't all been sitcoms, though, as Adrienne was also seen on Albert Square when he played Daniel Cook in EastEnders, and 3 Body Problems. On his Desert Island Discs episode, he movingly recalled how, after Mayall's death in 2014, he wrote to Rick's mother. Ade said, "Rick and I were like brothers. We were family." Mike, Christopher Ryan. Born the 25th of January 1950. Christopher Ryan played the cool guy, Mike, in The Young Ones, and he mostly tried to distance himself from the house shenanigans. It was originally meant that the comic strip members would take the roles in the show, but Peter Richardson pulled out at the last minute, and Christopher took on the straight man role. He had a varied career since The Young Ones, appearing in Santa Claus, the movie in 1985, and playing the dubious Dave Hedgehog in Bottom. More recently, Christopher, 75, played one of Edina's unloved ex-husbands in Absolutely Fabulous opposite Jennifer Saunders, and in Doctor Who. The podcast. The actor, who is single and lives in London, where he was born, said, "I've worked consistently for almost 50 years and I've never planned anything, nor have I pushed or hustled." Alexei Sayle, the landlord. Born the 7th of August 1952, Alexei Sayle played a number of characters, mainly from the Belowski family, who were the Eastern European landlords of the student house. His role seemed to often be a sideshow from the storyline and embraced stand-up comedy as well as puppetry and left-field monologues amid the chaos of the sitcom. After The Young Ones, the big screen beckoned with roles in Gorky Park and Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade among his appearances. He had a top 20 hit in 1984 with "Hello John Got a New Motor" and was a vocal supporter of Jeremy Corbyn during his general election campaigns to become Prime Minister. More recently, he had a series on Radio 4, Strangers on a Train, which deigned to break the golden rule of traveling by tron and see Alexei actually talk to his fellow passengers. The Marxist comedian has been accused of anti-Semitism despite being Jewish. He was one of many left-wing activists who signed a letter 2 years ago criticizing Labour leadership candidate Rebecca Long Bailey's decision to agree to a series of pledges aimed at combating prejudice against the Jewish community within the party. Alexei, 72, whose parents were both Communist Party members, also claimed in 2017 that allegations of anti-Semitism among supporters of former Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn were fabricated. Nigel Planer. Born the 22nd of February 1953, Nigel Planer made his name playing the peace-loving hippie Neil in The Young Ones. As his Neil character, he went on to score a #2 hit in the charts with a cover of A Hole in My Shoe. He was kept off the top spot in 1984 by Frankie Goes to Hollywood's Cold War epic, Two Tribes. A string of sitcoms followed The Young Ones, with Nigel starring in Filthy Rich and Catflap, Roll Over Beethoven and the Grimleys, among others. In 2006, Nigel voiced the character of Dr. Marmalade in SpongeBob SquarePants, and the now 68-year-old has also enjoyed a stellar West End career, with turns in Chicago and We Will Rock You among many others. Now 72, Nigel is on tour this week delivering poetry written from his life experiences, including Waking Up Without You from his book Making Other Plans, which takes him back to a time when his marriage had broken down and he was not living with his son. Nigel has 2 sons, Stanley, 29, and Harvey, 18, from his marriages to model Anna Lee and actress Frankie Park.